Welcome to the last week of Life as We Know It. This is supposed to be a live stream, but reasons. So instead, we're going to discuss Monday, July the 10th. The background clip that's going to replay is a little BTS channeling sesh that you guys are taking a look at. So today we have a lot happening, so I'm kind of glad that we have a little bit of a focus video for Monday. I'll be back later in the week to finish out the rest of the week. Getting started here, as you can see, we're having two important ingresses. In the AM, Mars leaves Leo and enters the sign of Virgo. Then in the PM, Mercury will finally leave Cancer and enter the sign of Leo. So we have the Aries moon continuing to release more and more light and activates this T-square, kind of like getting into the business, getting into somebody else's business. I really feel like this moon, this Aries moon, it's like walking in on your parents arguing a little bit and kind of just like exacerbates the issue. So circumstances, the moon is going to be the circumstances. Circumstances are going to, like, they're going to change to trigger some kind of final face-off. But it's going to be between you and some kind of like fear monster that you created. That's the Pluto. Now, of course, for some of us, it'll be a little bit more clear, as in it'll be people or something, or it might be a little bit more like overt, but the theme, the real feeling that you want to hold on to is to hold yourself accountable. You keep yourself honest and insist on the full truth in others, and to bow out of any power plays, because this is an energy where even if it seems calm on the surface, you will probably be able to intuit or sense this sort of undercurrent of the power play. So it's not asking, it's telling, even though the words being used are question words. You can feel that it's really more of an order or a demand or a command or a threat, veiled threats. There could be a lot of, overt and covert threats, veiled and unveiled at this time, kind of popping off. People may be feeling kind of desperate or insecure, or I don't know, they're just, people are tweaking out. So that's going to be like a lot of the day, because the moon's not going to go void until later on for a short while before finally ingressing into Taurus, where the vibe changes completely, circumstances change completely. It's almost like approaching that opposition, forming that T-square with Mercury and Pluto. It's almost like you may walk into it willingly, and that's kind of a big theme for this week, this whole entire week. It's like we are no longer fearing any big changes. It's more like we're accepting them and owning them and just walking forward, and in some cases, in some ways, being the change, catalyzing the change, taking the action. And Monday kicks off, most of the action of the week. It starts off with a bang. So I can see most of the day on Monday being pretty tense, especially if it's negotiations going back and forth. So it won't let up until later on in the day. But when it does, it lets up pretty nice. It's going to be a forced relief no matter what. Okay, so the stalemate's going to be over, and Mars had already entered Virgo in the morning. So what that's going to do is give us this relentless energy. But because we still have Venus in Leo and Mars has just come into this like fullness of Leo energy, it's going to blend with Virgo. So Virgo is going to have a good week this week. But this morning and most of the day on Monday, you've got this new action, direction, impulse where you're just going to be relentless and refined. Virgo is very precise, very neat, very refined. Really cares about the details. Makes a big difference. So you want to project your best self, the cleanest clothes, the cleanest image, the most careful of words, or the most precise, or just most correct. This is really about acting correct, showing up correct, and moving ahead assertively and strategically, and just with a relentlessly indignant amount of self-respect, self-worth, and it's a sign of good health when you have a clean living space, when you take care of yourself. When we let ourselves fall into disarray, when we're not cleaning ourselves anymore, when we're not taking care of ourselves, that's a sign of poor health. Of course, maybe poor physical health, but it's more like mental health, poor mental health as well. So I can see with this blend, with that fullness of Leo, royal energy, and this new burst of impulse with entering Virgo, this could be like at the height of refinement and gentlemanliness, and I think it could be really cool, really cool. Now overlaid with this like epic T-square, that's going to be intense. It's going to be super intense, because now you have this new attention to detail, which is going to be fault finding and criticisms, and Mars is trining over to the North Node, so it's going to just expand not only our awareness to really important details, but giving us this immediacy to connect with our action manifestations, where we can just implement actions we need to take really, really quickly, really, really immediately, and strategically, and it's just really smart decisions in the moment, not buckling under pressure. I mean, I can see the Virgo on the inside freaking out, the Virgo on the inside is going to have a meltdown, but you'll do it, you'll solve the math equation, you'll figure out the riddle at the end. So, you might freak out a little bit on the inside, have a few panic attacks or anxiety attacks, but you'll get the code to the safe in enough time so that you don't, ruin the adventure and all that stuff. So it could heighten some of the drama for sure with the backdrop of everything else happening. So just don't get lost in the details trying to prove yourself. That means you're sucked into the power struggle. You want to bow out of that, bow out of the power plays, and keep your own power, keep yourself accountable, keep your side of the street clean, and just turn your attention to getting to work on the future. It's like the stalemate's over whether you want to stay there arguing or not, because the most mature person in the room is going to win, and the one with the greater sense of purpose in their heart of hearts is going to win, because they're going to stop, they're going to get up, say, I got work to do that needs me, like Howard Hughes. I mean, this is like in The Aviator, when he gets up from Katharine Hepburn's family's weird get together, and he's like, I have work to do, I have planes that need me, and that's exactly what I'm going to go do. So it's kind of like that. I can see this Mars and Virgo saying, I'm going to explain this one time. If you don't get it, it's your responsibility to understand. I'm an excellent communicator. I have complete and utter faith in my ability to convey what I need to convey, and now I'm done, I'm walking away, I have more important things to do, I have work that needs me, that I am in service to because I care about it so much, and it needs my precision, and it needs my attention. So I can see all of us getting a little bit short, but that's fine. It's a good boundary. We may be cutting things out of the Leo area of our lives before moving on. It's like we make up our minds and then we just move on to the new stuff. Like I said, we're no longer afraid of these really big changes. We're pretty much ready for it. We're reconciling it and kind of just preparing ourselves to move forward. Now, later in the day, when Mercury ingresses into Leo, that means we're finally speaking and thinking with confidence. And honestly, coming from like Mercury in Cancer, which was so like sludge, like quicksand, just like drowning in the past, drowning in karma, ancestral karma, getting just pulled under, you know. So it's really gonna, I feel like it's gonna be very refreshing Monday night as we get this clarity, like this mental clarity, where we can be a little bit more confident in our thinking and in connecting the thoughts with the feelings as well, because Leo's about the heart. So projecting yourself with confidence is going to be easier, and I think it'll do very well for confidence all over. So, you know, if it was like, if Cancer season was a little bit like too watery, a little bit, you know, too depressing, this is going to help perk you up. It'll help you kind of just like see the sun, see the light a little bit easier. It won't be so sucking you into the past. You know, it won't feel like it's got that kind of a hold on you. And part of it's because you're now ready to move forward. Now, you know, you had the quarter moon in Aries over the weekend. You accepted some harsh truths, and you're ready though. You're ready. So that's basically Monday. Like I said, when the moon enters Taurus later in the day, that's a big relief point. So if it's the stalemate's over and you're happy with how it went, then you will be really ready to focus on the future and so excited to just move on. What's next? And if the stalemate's over and it didn't go your way, then it's going to be an expansion, an immediate, rapid expansion of philosophizing and analyzing what happened and trying to just process what happened and yourself and everything and all that stuff. That's going to be the growth, you know, when the moon hits that north node after entering Taurus. So either way, expect that expansion and everything's good. So all right, love you guys. Take very good care. There's a poll on my Patreon. I'm redoing the sub clubs. So we're voting the top 3, and I'm parceling them out by ability. So there's going to be sub clubs per specific abilities. There's you can vote for your top 3. There's an RV remote viewing club. There's just check them all out. Vote for your top 3, and you have until the end of July to do that. Very excited about that. So. All right, love you guys. Take very good care. I will see you soon. And until then, probably tomorrow, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.